Welcome to the Alchemical Astrology series. In this series, we aim to show that no matter which placements you have in your chart, you can make the most of your life if you know how to navigate it. While some placements may be more challenging than others, ultimately, the unique configuration of your chart is the hand you are dealt at birth, and if you know how to play the game of life, you can have a fulfilling one. We begin at the absolute dawn of the zodiac, the sun in Aries in the first house. This is the placement of primordial fire, the raw spark of cosmic identity seeking to anchor itself in physical reality. Every soul carrying this placement must undergo the alchemical process of calcination, burning away the blind reactivity, aggression, and insecurity of the unrefined ego to reveal the brilliant self-luminous gold of the realized I am presence. Whether you are currently navigating the destructive shadows of this placement or stepping into its highest spiritual mastery, here are the 10 evolutionary levels of the Aries first house sun. The first level is the raging berserker. This is where the solar spark begins its journey. Here, it is completely choked by dense material ego. The divine I am is trapped in animalistic survival instincts, kama manas, mistaking the primitive urge to survive for true selfhood. In the physical plane, this manifests as extreme egocentrism, volatile anger, and a complete lack of impulse control. The individual views the world as a hostile battleground where they must dominate or be dominated. Life is entirely reactive. They throw tantrums when thwarted and blame external forces for their self-inflicted chaos. To move to the next level, the individual must develop a micro-buffer between impulse and action. They need to recognize that their rage is an internal chemical reaction, not a factual response to the outer world. The second level is the fragile despot. This is where the initial awareness of the self begins to stir, but it projects outward as a defensive wall. The solar light is warped into a burning desire for personal recognition, mistaking power over others for internal self-mastery. In the physical plane, this manifests as a constant seeking of external validation through competitive dominance. They need to win every argument, be the loudest in the room, and fiercely defend a fragile, hyper-masculine or hyper-aggressive self-image. Deep down, they fear that without fighting the world, they are invisible. To move to the next level, the individual must look in their black mirror and face the deep-seated fear of insignificance. The individual must consciously choose to lose low-stakes battles to prove to their nervous system that they survive without external dominance. The third level is the chaotic rebel. Here, the fire is expanding but remains unchanneled. The soul perceives the restrictions of the material world, but mistakenly fights the outer reflection of its own internal entrapment. This is the classic rebel without a cause, resisting for the sake of resisting. They constantly pick fights with authority figures, institutions, or societal structures, claiming they are fighting for freedom, but they are actually addicted to the friction of opposition. Without an enemy, they feel empty. To move to the next level, the individual must shift the battleground inward and withdraw projectiles. They must realize that the oppressor they are fighting out there is actually the unrefined chaos of their own mind. The fourth level is the discipled gladiator. Here, the solar fire of the sun in Aries in the first house begins its alignment with the higher mind. The personality starts to serve as a functional vehicle for the soul's willpower, learning to manipulate the physical plane through focused intent rather than blind force. This is where a major shift occurs. The destructive aggression stabilizes into healthy ambition, athletic drive, or entrepreneurial focus. They stop fighting other people and start fighting for goals. They learn discipline, strategy, and sportsmanship. To move to the next level, the individual must learn to detach from outcomes, transitioning from "I must win to be worthy" to "the act of striving is my self-expression." They must learn to tolerate failure without falling back into level 1 or 2 regression. The fifth level is the sovereign maverick. Here, the first house begins to manifest as true self-reliance. The soul activates its internal source of spiritual energy, no longer siphoning vitality or identity from collective validation. In the physical plane, the individual no longer needs a physical enemy or a trophy to feel alive. They become highly independent, self-motivated trailblazers who comfortably walk alone. They initiate major projects, embrace solitude, and rely entirely on their own internal battery. To move to the next level, the individual must learn how to open the heart gates. Pure independence can result in isolation. To move forward, the individual must learn to allow others into their space without feeling that collaboration threatens their autonomy. The sixth level is the radiant vanguard. Here, the solar light aligns with the heart chakra, anahata. The fire of Aries is no longer a weapon of an isolated ego. It becomes a protective ring of fire that shields the sacred evolutionary spark within humanity. In the physical plane, leadership transmutes to guardianship. The intense Aries drive is deployed to defend those who cannot defend themselves. They become noble leaders, activists, or mentors, using their innate courage to break trails for the collective good. To move to the next level, they must surrender the savior complex. They must realize through trial and error that saving everyone can be another subtle ego trap. They must learn when to step back and let others fight their own necessary evolutionary battles. The seventh level is the inner ascetic. Here, there is deep integration of the planetary ruler, Mars, serving the sun. The lower will is fully subordinated to the higher spiritual purpose. The individual consciously utilizes the fire of the first house to burn away their own remaining psychological fixations. In the physical plane, the individual treats their own personality, habits, desires, and psychology as the ultimate adversary. They display immense discipline, undergoing intense physical, mental, or spiritual training to master their lower nature. To move to the next level, they must develop radical stillness. Ultimately, the warrior must learn to lay down their sword entirely. The final boundary to cross is the habit of doing. They must transition into pure being. The eighth level is the luminescent sovereign. Here, the sun in the first house activates its true exalting purpose. The physical body and personality become completely transparent filters for the higher self. The light of consciousness shines steadily, undisturbed by the winds of external circumstance. In the physical plane, the individual cultivates a magnetic, effortlessly inspiring presence. They walk into a room and instantly command it without a word said or exerting force. They exude absolute quiet self-assurance and inspire courage in others simply by existing authentically. To move to the next level, they must learn to disintegrate the subtle spiritual ego that takes pride in being highly evolved. The illusion of a separate I doing the spiritual work must be completely dissolved. The ninth level is the cosmic catalyst. Here, the sun in Aries operates at the highest level of the will to good. The individual is a direct conduit for the first ray of will and power. They embody the raw, unadulterated cosmic dawn, the absolute beginning of creation. In the physical plane, the individual acts as a direct catalyst for transformation in the world. Their words, insights, and actions pierce through collective illusions, initiating massive shifts in consciousness wherever they go. They are evolutionary disruptors who birth entirely new paradigms. To reach the final level, they must learn to surrender the specific identity of being the catalyst so they can merge fully with the universal ocean of consciousness. The final level is the living I am. This is where total spiritual realization happens. Alpha and Omega meet. The first house, Aries sun, is realized as the infinite subject, the pure, unconditioned consciousness before it modifies itself into thoughts, objects, or identities. It is the cosmic fire fully awake to itself. In the physical plane, they embody absolute, unshakable sovereignty, total freedom, and radical presence. They are completely undivided within themselves, viewing all of life as an extension of their own essential being. At this final stage, the individual becomes the archetype of the first impulse. They anchor absolute sovereignty, pure presence and the unconditioned I am consciousness in the physical world.